Is your business priced to profit? If not, stay tuned because I've got you covered. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Profit Factor Podcast. Each week on this show, I talk about all the things you need for a profitable company and a thriving life. Today, I'm super excited to be talking about one of my favorite topics, pricing. Okay, I'm going to be diving in how you can make sure that you are priced to profit. Now, if you're here live with me today on the show, let me know in the chat. Or if you're catching the replay, also let me know in the chat. Okay, full disclosure, guys. I need you to engage with this episode as much as possible so that the algorithm gods show this episode to as many entrepreneurs as possible. Because I believe that knowledge is power, and I'm on a mission to spread that power. Now, if you're new here, my name is Denai Wolfe, and I'm a former financial hot mess who's on a mission to help female entrepreneurs achieve financial education, empowerment, and freedom. And one of the ways I do that is through this show, because I believe that increasing your financial IQ can literally change your life. Now, today, I want to get started talking about your pricing with first talking about your break-even point, okay? I'm sure most of you as entrepreneurs have heard of this term, but I want to make sure we get into the nitty-gritty and really explain what it is, because it's something that each of you should know when it comes to your business, okay? Your break-even point is essentially that magical number where you're not losing money, but you're also not making money. Now, one of the worst situations for an entrepreneur to be in is to be in a situation where your business is actually costing you money. Now, back when I was going through my turmoil in my early 20s with my first business, that's the situation I was in, okay? It wasn't that I just wasn't making money. It was that I was actually pumping money into my business. So one of the first goals that I had to set for myself was literally just that break-even mark, okay? And you want to look at your break-even as the bare effing minimum, okay? Because remember, you got into this entrepreneurial game to make money, not to break even. But you still need to be aware of that break-even mark, because that's the only way to protect yourself from having to put money into your business. Now, the way that you're going to calculate what your break-even number is you're first going to determine what your cost of goods are for the service or digital products that you sell. That's step one. I want you to determine what your cost of goods are. Those are all of the expenses that are directly correlated to what you sell. So if you are a cleaning company, your cost of goods is going to be your payroll for your cleaners and your cleaning supplies, okay? So first, we're going to figure out what that is. Once you have your cost of goods, you're going to take the price of service minus your cost of goods, and you're going to get your gross profit in your business. So let's just use round numbers here and say that you charge $50 for 1 hour of cleaning. By the time you pay the cleaner and cleaning supplies, your cost of goods are $25. 50 minus 25 equals 25. That means your gross profit on the services that you sell is 25, okay? The next thing you're going to do is determine your operational expenses, okay? These are all of the other expenses that it takes to run your business. So maybe you have rent, maybe you have admin support, maybe you have a virtual assistant. I want you to add all of those up, okay? Then you're going to divide that by your gross profit. So let's look at an example. Let's say that your operational costs, I'm going to go ahead and pull up my calculator. Let's say your operational costs are $4,000. We're going to divide it by 25. That means that you need 160 cleanings just to break even each and every month. It is critical that you are aware of that. It's critical that you know what that break-even point is, because you've got to do that every month just to keep the lights on. That means that you, as the owner, as the entrepreneur, you do not get paid until you hit that threshold, okay? So you must know what that point is, because everything else on top of it is your paycheck. That's when you, as the entrepreneur, get paid. So when you are determining how to price your service or digital products, I want you to go through this exercise. I want you to know exactly how many sales you need a month just to run the business. Then you need to determine how much you want to get paid. You need to determine what your paycheck needs to be so that you can feel fulfilled and happy in your life. Then you're going to divide that by your gross profit. So let's look at another example. So let's say that you need to make sure that your gross paycheck for your life is $5,000. We're going to take $5,000 divided by 25. That now means you need 200 cleanings, 200 services in order to pay you. We're going to add that to the 160 that we need in order to sustain the business. That means your goal is 360 services per month. Okay. This is the type of strategizing that you need to be doing. This is the type of decision making and looking at data that has to be going on behind closed doors. This is what it means to wear the CFO hat in your business, okay? I want each and every one of you to do this exercise, okay? You're going to determine what are my cost of goods. Then you're going to deduct that from your service price, get the gross profit. Then you're going to determine what are my operational costs, and you're going to divide it by that gross profit. Now you know what it takes to run the business. Then you got to do some soul searching and figure out what you want to be paid. Why did you start this business? How much money do you want to make each year? Okay, divide that by 12 and boom, now you have your monthly. So I want you to figure all of that out and actually set a goal with intention. If you go through this exercise of determining what your break-even point is and actually figuring out how much money you want to make, you can set an actual legitimate goal in your business, not just these benchmark ridiculous goals that I hear all the time. If one more entrepreneur tells me I want $1 million company and doesn't have the data to back up why they want that, I'm going to scream. Because the reality is we put so much pressure on ourselves as entrepreneurs just to hit this new level. Well, guess what? You guys have heard the saying, new level, new devil, okay? You need to know what you're chasing. Why are you trying to do that? If you've actually run the numbers and you've determined you need $1 million business, more power to you. Great. But if you're just chasing something and you don't even know why, you're never going to get there. Now, I want to go ahead and share my screen because I have got a free profit plan that's really going to help you guys do this. So let me go ahead. And if you guys are listening over on the podcast, I want you to go to thechiccfo.com/profit plan. Okay. That is where you guys are going to be able to see what I'm about to share, okay, for everybody else who's watching live. So this is our free profit plan. And what it's going to do is it's going to help you get really, really intentional with what you need to do in your business, okay? So I've got some journal prompts kind of letting you walk through what happened last year. How did you feel about it? And then we're going to go through and figure out what you actually need to make. You, the entrepreneur, not the business, you. What do you need to put in your pocket? We're going to talk about all the things, okay? I'm giving you guys my personal financial management system here. All the things that you have to figure out. And I'm even including a tax calculator so that you guys can do the math to figure out exactly what your gross pay needs to be. Because remember, if you need to bring home $5,000 a month, you actually need to make more than that, because guess what? You got to pay Uncle Sam. This is going to walk you through all of it, okay? And it's going to help you set a really specific, intentional goal in your business, okay? I don't want you chasing these benchmark goals. I want you chasing your goals. I want you to actually figure out what you want, okay? Remember, your business is there to support you. You're not there to support your business, okay? This is about you building a company that gives you the life of your dreams. So I need you to figure out what the life of your dreams costs. Then we got to gross it up for taxes and then design a business that can deliver that to you. Okay, this isn't about just building this monster of a business. We put too much emphasis on our company. This is about building the life you want, and then you design the business to support that. We're putting, what's the saying, the egg before the chicken, the cart before the horse. You guys know what I mean, right? There's too much emphasis on designing this business. It's almost like you guys are acting like the business is a living, breathing entity. The business is there to support you, not the other way around. You have to take control back. You have to figure out the life you want. How much money do you want to make? How many hours do you want to work? And this profit plan will walk you through all of it. And then it's going to help you strategize to build a business that can do that. So you're going to head over to thechiccfo.com/profit plan. It is completely free. It is one of my favorite tools because each of you should know to the penny what your dream life costs. You should know, and it should not be a benchmark number. People will just be like, oh, I want to make $300,000 a year. Why? Have you actually run the numbers? Have you actually sat back and make sure that you have an emergency fund, that you have focus funds, that you have retirement funds? Have you thought this all through? Because if you do, you might find that 300 isn't enough, or you might find that it's way more than you need, right? So let's get intentional. Let's stop pricing our services and designing our businesses for these ridiculous milestone goals. Don't just say, I want to have $1 million company if you don't have the data that shows why. If you want $1 million business, I want to know that you've done the work to say, it's because this is the life I want. It's going to yield me this much money in my pocket so that I can do X, Y, and Z. Okay, we've got to change the script here. We've got to be talking about what we want in our life. There's too much talk of, I want my business to do this and my business to do. Why? Okay, because it's got to filter down to you. So you first need to figure out what the flip you want filtering down to you. What is the life you want? How much money do you want? How many hours do you want to work? Then we build a business that does that, okay? Stop building the business first and taking whatever life it gives you. Design the life first, okay? Don't make your business plan and fit your life into it. Make your life plan and then design your business plan to back it up, all right? I'm gonna get off my soapbox now, but I get really passionate about it because I think too often entrepreneurs are building businesses that can't give them the life they want. And I just hate when that happens. I think it's very sad. And I know it's preventable. You just need a plan. So head over to thechiccfo.com/profit plan. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor, share it with other like-minded women that you think could also benefit from it. And feel free to share the link to the free profit plan. I will see you guys next week for another episode of the Profit Factor Podcast. Bye.